The Republican nominee for lieutenant governor, Derek Wulf, made his first public comments about his financial troubles last Wednesday. He told a conservative audience in Urbandale, quote, "We were able to refinance our farm and we're moving forward," end quote.
This was the West Side Conservative Club breakfast. And the woman who asked the question said that she was doing him a favor by asking in front of a friendly audience. But she wanted to know how he was going to make his financial situation palatable to the people of Iowa because it's coming up. And he said it was a fair question. And then he said this, quote, "Every family farm out there right now is trying to figure out how to navigate through higher input costs, lower commodity prices, and figure out how to survive," end quote. As I've been researching this topic, a lot of farmers right now are definitely facing rising costs and financial hardship. But Wolf's situation is definitely outside the norm in the farming sector. Most of the time, these financial troubles do not rise to the level of multiple court judgments or foreclosure action like his bank filed in May. And I've been looking at the quarterly earnings reports that his bank, WCF Financial, has filed this year. And one of them, the one that came out in January covering the last quarter of 2025, it emphasized that loan portfolio, they had pretty big losses on their loans, and the charge-offs, which is when a bank basically closes down an account because the account is overdrawn and they consider the money unrecoverable. They had a huge increase in charge-offs, and more than half of that was just Derek Wolf's farm. He's underwater by more than $580,000 at the time that his bank closed that account. So the earnings report actually said that they had a couple of agricultural loan relationships, which were the reason why this bank had some losses last year. And in fact, they ended up cutting their dividend for investors. But the latest report, this just came out last Thursday, and it said that in the earnings statement, they said that they cited a quote, "increasing possibility of a full recovery of all principal, interest, fees, and legal expenses in 2026, given progress that is being made toward a potential refinance of all obligations with another lender," end quote. And I think that is a reference to Derek Wolf's refinancing that he and the campaign said is ongoing. So all signs point to the fact that he is in the process of refinancing his debt. We still do not know who this new lender is, who stepped up to guarantee the loan. My understanding is that Derek Wulf does not have any collateral that could be used to refinance his debt at this point because basically all of his personal property and the farm property and the livestock and the equipment and the feed and so on, all of that was used as collateral in refinancing with his current bank, WCF Financial, in 2023.
And along those lines, Zach Lane's campaign manager told the Des Moines Register that, quote, "all of the debts to creditors have been paid in full," and that Derek Wolf received a, quote, "traditional bridge loan until he finishes refinancing the farm." And Laura, can you confirm that?
I can confirm that one more debt has been paid in full because last week the Heartland Co-op filed a court document on Thursday confirming that their default judgment had been satisfied, and they didn't list a dollar amount. But earlier in the year, they were seeking just under $150,000 plus monthly finance fees and court costs. So they said that debt had been satisfied in full. I'm trying to find out if other creditors have been paid, and if so, if they got 100 cents on the dollar. Sometimes in this situations, creditors will settle for less than 100 cents on the dollar. I don't think it's accurate to say that Derek Wolf has a traditional bridge loan because he doesn't have collateral that he could use to secure that. And it's also not the same. A bridge loan is often used for something where like I get a loan because I want to buy a new house before I sell my current house. So it's bridging those two transactions, but this is not really the same. This is more Derek Wolf trying to refinance his debts, but there's not past transaction that's being bridged with a future one.